With diverse flora and fauna, magnificent natural landscapes, and an ecological biosphere that supports life, this wondrous planet is our earthly home. From our animal co-inhabitants to the lush rainforests and life-giving soil, we cherish all these as gifts from the Creator. It is a common theme in the world's major faiths that during our temporary stay here, we should be good stewards of Mother Earth. Throughout the years, Supreme Master Ching Hai has shared the message of leading a balanced life while following a spiritual path. Not only must we nourish our spirits, but we share the responsibility to care for nature and our fellow beings. In light of recent scientific evidence stressing the grave state of our planet caused by climate change, Supreme Master Ching Hai affirms the important message she has noted for over the past 2 decades. We must be vegetarian, meaning an animal-free diet, and practice sustainable living. Today we present you Supreme Master Ching Hai's discussion on climate change titled Go Veg, Be Green, Do Good via video conference with our association members in New York, USA on July 13, 2008.
Greetings, Master.
Hello.
Hello. I have 3 questions. First question is, thanks to Master, most of the Earth people are on the 3rd level of consciousness. Does this mean that all the children born on the planet are on the 3rd level or above? Or there are still beings born here from lower levels and like hellish levels, etc.?
Not all children born now are on the 3rd level or above. This is a pity, but because there are still the small percentage of human not yet awakened to that minimum requirement, that lowest 3rd level. So that will affect their offsprings to some degree. And even though through God's mercy the majority have been uplifted to the lower 3rd, they are not changing their lowly habits to suit their status yet, even that. So that also will properly influence their children if they come. In the beginning only. That's why we must still work hard to help them to realize who they are. Just like a common girl who is elevated to a royal princess status through the grace of the king, she still needs to be groomed into regal demeanor. It takes some time.
Okay, thank you, Master.
You're welcome.
Our Earth is on a physical level, and there are many planets, other planets. Are there any other planets like Earth in the universe? If yes, is Earth the least civilized planet? It's a question I've often wondered about.
No. Our Earth are not the least elevated, not least civilized planet. I have talked about that before, but I refresh you. Of course, there are countless planets likened unto ours, but some of them are even worse off than ours, yeah? There are more warlike planets, yeah? More hellish-like planets. And the beings who live there suffer fearful existence, you see? Those who cause suffering to others in the like manner will be reborn into those scary worlds. Those planets are for the beings who are not repentant, yes, who are not heeding the teaching of the enlightened sages and continue their lowly, warlike existence. So if they make people fear and unhappy and suffer in any way and they do not repent, then they will have to be reincarnated again in such a lowly planet where they suffer endless torturing, physical, mental, emotional. There's untold suffering there. That's very scary. Most people, they don't understand that whatever they do to others here, they will reap it afterward. Very sorry about that.
Yes, thank you, Master. Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, here's another question along the same lines. As we know, for many millions of years on this planet, there were cycles of total destruction of civilizations over the course of hundreds and thousands of years or so.
Yeah.
And every time a civilization came to its peak, a disaster happened, for example, global warming or volcanic eruptions, and it destroyed all the achievements of the people, leaving no trace. But now our planet was elevated to a higher state of consciousness. Does it mean that the civilization won't be totally erased anymore, and that the spiritual and scientific achievements will be spared?
It's not always that when the world reach the peak of civilization, then the planet will be destroyed and all the achievement be destroyed. It's not like that. It's perhaps in our world, but not in every world. This destruction only happens when our technological development outweigh the spiritual achievement. So, because our world as a whole has not elevated enough, at this elevation is still new to humankind, so they are still struggling to forsake some of unwholesome habits and less positive traces. Our technology has achieved the peak of it. Not yet, comparably speaking to other time. But then our technology development is nothing really compared to many other planets. At least we have been developed to some extent. And also we develop spiritually to some extent. But it's new. So mankind is still struggling, as I have told you. So if the struggle goes on for too long, then the so-called civilization can still be erased. And the highly awakened souls will rise to a higher world. And over there they will enjoy high tech. Anyway. And while the lesser ones will reincarnate into another planet to start anew and evolve from there. The scientific achievements that our world has reached is not so grand anyway in comparison to other planets. But we could have better ones even, if our spiritual levels rise up also at the same time. It's even more ideal if spiritual and scientific developments go hand in hand. Then destruction will never occur. Because humans would be enlightened enough to handle technological progress without causing harm to their surrounding and their lives, and the lives of others involved in the same planet. So the main point is we have to develop spiritual also. When spiritual consciousness develops for all the people on the planet, then we can call that planet a civilized planet, not technology alone.
Hello, Master. I have a question about the White Brotherhood. Can you explain more about how it was created? Was it created by God as a helping group, or was it created by these beings deciding out of their own compassion to go down to the lower levels to help the earth?
That is from God. That's created by God.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Another question.
Sure.
Is it possible to create a spiritual shield over and around the planet Earth to eliminate the lower consciousness? I know we meditate, it's a personal shield. Is it possible to create a planet shield?
No. Sorry. Because if some people do not change their lowly conception, no shield is possible. No shield can against retribution of the